have called the report on an upward trajectory. For last quarter, the economy grew by 4.3%.
Vice President Kashim Shettima calls on Gates Foundation for expanded investment in Nigeria. Federal Capital Territory Administration intensifies operations to flush out undesirables in rural communities. National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons seeks partnership to strengthen intervention. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. We are broadcasting live from Abuja. I am Chinenye Moi. Vice President Kashim Shettima has hosted the President of Namibia, Nandi Ndaitwah, on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, where the Namibian leader announced her planned official visit to Nigeria. The Vice President, in a high-level session, also met with a delegation from the Gates Foundation, led by the CEO, Mark Suzman. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
The Namibian leader, who assumed office March 21, 2025, commended Nigeria's diplomats for their invaluable contributions to her government and country. Acknowledging Nigeria's leadership role among Africa member states, she found it appropriate to leverage on the UNGA opportunity to meet with Vice President Kashim Shettima to establish more mutual ties. Vice President Kashim Shettima reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to deepening bilateral relations with Namibia, saying Nigeria-Namibia relationship should be taken to the next level. In a separate high-level session, Vice President Kashim Shettima met with a delegation from the Gates Foundation, appreciating the foundation for its support in healthcare, agriculture, and financial inclusion, while calling for expanded investment in Nigeria.
Now we have called the Rubicon on an upward trajectory. For last quarter, the economy grew by 4.3%. We are expecting that in the next 2 years we will hit 7%. We have no option than to grow. And now our foreign reserves has hit $42 billion. It's still little for a nation of Nigeria's stature, but it's still better than why we made it. There's a lot of agitation within the nation because of the fallouts of our economic policy. But it's a maturation process. It's a price that we all have to pay for the nation to be stabilized.
We have some specific aspirations to really scale up the Cabermet's domestic seed production in Nigeria and ultimately have it wholly domestically produced at a much lower cost. And then also wanted to make sure we touched on some of our broader work supporting your investments in human capital, that's both in education and in health more broadly, as you've heard from Mr. Gates, and I know you yourself have been helping drive a human capital development strategy. We think those are, the most essential investments in the citizens of Nigeria.
What I wanted to now put to the table to the Gates Foundation is your.
Nigeria's Minister of Education appealed for greater Gates Foundation support in education, especially in the areas of technology and artificial intelligence. The Gates Foundation has signed a new grant with the Central Bank of Nigeria to support related initiatives, saying Nigeria is one of the foundation's strongest partners on the African continent. From New York, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
With full acknowledgement of the commitment of President Tinubu's administration towards addressing their challenges in the last 2 years, leaders in Ogoni land have unanimously expressed readiness to support resumption of oil exploration in their land. This is part of the recommendations in the report on Ogoni consultations presented by the Dialogue Committee to President Bola Tinubu at the State House. Musbah Dan Wahab brought in this report, but we'll bring you the details in our subsequent bulletin. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has underscored the strategic importance of renewed U.S.-Nigeria cooperation, calling for stronger investment ties during a high-level roundtable convened by the Business Council for International Understanding on the sidelines of the 80th United Nations General Assembly. A statement by the minister's aide says the meeting, which brought together Vice President Kashim Shettima and top executive of leading U.S. companies, focused on investment opportunities in Nigeria's priority sectors, including energy, agriculture, technology, and finance. Tuga urged Washington to prioritize partnerships with anchor states in Africa, such as Nigeria, where population, abundant resources, and continental scale make Nigeria a natural destination for U.S. business partnerships and collaboration. The Foreign Affairs Minister said such a collaboration would drive down costs, allow access to a vast talent pool, and help integrate millions of informal businesses into the formal economy. The federal government has signed a landmark memorandum of understanding with Dalil United Arab Emirates to deploy advanced cargo information systems across Nigerian airports. This agreement aims to reposition Nigeria as a leading aviation and logistics hub in Africa. Signing the documents on behalf of the federal government, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, said the system will strengthen aviation security, streamline cargo processing, facilitate international trade, and boost Nigeria's position as a regional logistics hub. He further stated that implementation will begin with feasibility studies in October 2025, followed by a nationwide rollout in the third quarter of 2026. The minister emphasized that the partnership also seeks to build resilience, efficiency, and competitiveness in Nigeria's aviation sector, leveraging cutting-edge innovation to drive trade facilitation and revenue growth. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has intensified its security operations targeting ungoverned spaces in rural communities. To this end, the FCTA Task Force on Security has cleared a suspected kidnappers' hideout in Guzape. Director of the Security Services Department, Adamu Gwari, revealed plans to deploy drone technology for surveillance and intelligence gathering. Hawa Gimba reports.
In a joint operation, the Ministerial Task Force on Security cleared a forest along the Paduma and Kobe axis on the outskirts of Asokoro and Guzape extension, suspected to have served as a hideout for kidnappers and other criminal elements. The Director of the Security Services Department of the FCTA, Adamu Gwari, represented by the Command and Control Secretary, Peter Olumuji, explained that the clearance exercise is part of ongoing efforts to deny criminals the cover of ungoverned spaces. He disclosed that the administration will soon deploy drone technology to provide real-time aerial monitoring and intelligence gathering across vulnerable areas.
This is a transit route for most kidnapping activity that happen around here. You know, from here they can go to Karu, it leads them to Jikwe, it leads them to Orozo, leads them to Kurudu. And the FCT Police Commissioner have gone around all these routes to carry out recce on it, and that's why we are here to clear these places. And after the clearance, there's going to be a police post mounted there 24 hours.
Been informed by the representative of the village chief that they are in support of our action, that they are going to cooperate with us to clear everything because they are also victims of these circumstances. So in these circumstances, they are not requesting for compensation, but they are requesting for total clearance of these trees.
Community leaders in the affected areas expressed relief, describing the exercise as timely and critical to curbing adoptions and other violent crimes that have threatened the peace in their neighborhoods.
5 years back now, when people are coming here, this route we cannot pass because anytime in the evening, when you pass there, people, they will just come out from bush.
I'm sure with this. For this area, we don't tell you who they live for here. Some time where would they work for here in the evening time like that. Some people get some time where we say they call attack one man for here, they kill them.
This bush that you are seeing at my back, truly that is where the attack is always coming from. And even when they attack from the road, that's where they pick people and run into these bushes. And there's no way you can penetrate to see what is really happening, especially in the night.
FCTA assured that the operation will be extended to other flashpoints. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Modern warfare has evolved significantly, with technology playing a pivotal role in determining military combat readiness, with the Nigerian Army leveraging this opportunity to deliver on its constitutional roles through research as well as collaborative efforts. This was the focus of the 2025 Research and Development Test and Evaluation Conference of the Training and Doctrine Command of the Nigerian Army, MENA. Husseina Musa reports.
Research and development play a pivotal role in technological advancement, industrialization and development all over the world. It is in view of this that the Nigerian Army has over the years invested in research and development to enhance capacity and keep pace with its transformational drive, multifaceted, dynamic and evolving security challenges in line with its constitutional rule. The TRADOC 2025 conference with the theme Research and Development, a paradigm for doctrinal guidance to training in contemporary operational environment, aims to provide strategies on how to mitigate the challenges of research and development in the Nigerian Army in order to enhance contribution towards its transformation.
The period will also afford us the opportunity to share knowledge and brainstorm on new frontiers in emerging technologies and ideas, discussions on latest technologies and trends in research and development, and how these can be utilized in modern warfare to facilitate success in the battlefield.
We will brainstorm on processes and procedures for conducting research and development in the Nigerian Army, its challenges, and way forward.
The conference, which brought together sister security agencies within Niger State, will in the next 3 days explore synergies in the areas of information sharing, enhance the response to emergency threats, and cooperation for increased efficiency to strengthen national security. Amina Husseina Musa, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There will be more reports when we return. This day.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
Many thanks for staying on. As the federal government continues to play its role in providing necessary interventions in meeting the needs of displaced persons across the country, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons is seeking a partnership with ASR Africa Initiative, a subsidiary under BUA Group, to bridge gaps and strengthen interventions. Ruth Agrele reports.
Going by reports, 6.7 million people are internally displaced across the country, a burden which continues to put a strain on humanitarian interventions. Despite interventions put in place, there are still yearnings to implement effective, durable solutions to restore livelihoods for the displaced. To address this challenge, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons is here on a solidarity visit to seek partnership with the ASR Africa Initiative to aid sustainable development and bridge gaps in the area of providing quality education, healthcare, skills acquisition and reintegration of displaced persons.
We have so many things to ensure that we give protection and support to all these persons of concern. We are here to solicit for your support so that we'll be able to come up with the areas of interventions.
When you look at the resources available before the Commission, it's actually very meager. However, we've been doing our best to ensure that we deliver those mandates that we've been saddled with.
We need to be able to look inwards and create solutions to our own problems. The next part of that is also our ability, and it will be impossible to create these solutions if we do not have the kind of strategic partnerships that can create synergy, pool resources, and give us the kind of impact that we expect that will make sustainable change.
As consultations continue, assurances are in place for both parties as they commit to work in synergy to promote inclusivity and restore hope for the vulnerable across the country. In Abuja, Ruth Aguele, NTA News.
The Chief Corporate Communication Officer of NNPC Limited, Andy Ode, has visited the Nigerian Television Authority to deepen collaboration between the two organizations. The Executive Director News of the NTA, Ayo Adewuyi, who received the delegation, also committed to a win-win working relationship with the oil company. Lydia Samson reports.
It was a relaxed and friendly atmosphere, not surprising, since Andy Ode actually began his career with NTA. This made the visit feel like a homecoming of sorts. During the discussions, Ode highlighted the critical role of strategic media partnership in keeping Nigerians informed about developments in the oil and gas sector.
But first to say a big thank you to you for the support we have received in terms of coverage, and more importantly, the quality of relationship that exists between the NTA and the NNPC. The value that NNPC is expected to bring to the nation is properly captured in terms of sustainability. That's what the current leadership is doing to ensure that the NNPC of today provide value and ensure value for Nigeria.
He pledged NNPC Limited's full commitment to providing accurate and timely information that supports national energy goals. NTA's Executive Director of News, Ayo Adewuyi, in turn reiterated the authority's dedication to supporting national development through deliberate and impactful communication efforts.
There are rules about broadcasting. There are things that NTA will not do. There are things will happen in NNPC that we need to consult and say, look, this might cause national embarrassment. How do we go about it? It is not about shirking in our responsibilities as journalists, but in our social responsibility in protecting the integrity of the nation.
The meeting also explored joint initiatives such as content sharing, co-productions, and media training opportunities. The visit marks a renewed drive to strengthen transparency and communication channels between NNPC Limited and NTA, ultimately delivering credible and comprehensive petroleum industry news to audiences across the country. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
The role of the volunteerism arm of the Federal Road Safety Corps Special Marshal cannot be undermined in sanitizing the roads and ensure safety on the highways. Hence, the need for support and collaboration becomes imperative. Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps Shehu Mohammed said this at the 16th Special Marshal National Summit in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi has details of this report.
The Special Marshal is an integral part of the Federal Safety Corps, with roles like that of the regular marshals, but their volunteerism extols their virtues, as they are men and women from different walks of life with proven integrity. This 16th National Summit was, however, another time for them to chart a better course of operation, with some inputs to enhance safety on the roads.
Input of Special Marshal research and analysis have also translated into informed policy decisions related to safer road and fuller lives.
That drivers need to undergo drug tests even before they acquire their licenses.
Volunteerism is the evidence that government cannot do it all by itself. We must collaborate with the government.
As they say, road safety is everyone's business. Experts and stakeholders charged that more is surely expected of the special marshals, especially the 4 honorary special marshals decorated, while charging them not to relent in their sacrificial activities they render to make sure the roads are safe. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
In a stirring celebration of unity and non-violence, the IFP World Family Initiative teamed up with United Nations Nigeria to host a landmark event at the UN House in Abuja. It was here that they unveiled the Global Advocates of Peace Flag Initiative, marking the 2025 International Day of Peace under the theme, Action for Peace. The gathering drew dignitaries, peace advocates and students, all eager to champion the cause of global harmony. Thomas Wetere reports.
One of the most memorable moments of the day was the creative sip and paint for peace. Students from selected schools across the FCT were invited to express what peace means to them on canvas. Each painting told a personal story of hope, tolerance, and unity, echoing the voices of a younger generation in a world longing for healing and reconciliation.
What peace means to me is environment without war or trouble. Development of a country will be faster when you have peace.
The event boasts with color, conversation, and creativity, reinforcing the idea that peace begins with awareness and action, especially among young people. Addressing the crowd, Hadisa Ibiyengi Alaputa, convener of the Global Advocates of Peace Flag Initiatives and president of IFB World, passionately highlighted the importance of nurturing peace from the home. Her words resonated deeply, shining a spotlight on the vital role families play in shaping peaceful societies.
We should let them know about the importance of peace within the family before you get to your school, and then you get to your neighborhood, you get to the community, you get to the nation, and also the world.
In the school context, and they grow up with this awareness, will definitely contribute to consolidating peace.
Unveiling the peace flag, the global peace flag, starting from the UN House, and it's going to go around over 10,000 communities.
As the peace flag was officially unveiled, it became a living emblem of peaceful coexistence among nations, a reminder that peace is not just an ideal, but a shared responsibility. The event ended with renewed commitment from stakeholders to keep advancing peace through education, dialogue, and grassroots actions. In Abuja, Thomas Ugbetere, NTA News.
Political ideologies and good governance have been identified as pivotal for entrenching sustainable and participatory democracy in the country, which promotes healthy competition among key players and provide alternatives among Nigerians. This was positions of various speakers, among them academics and the political class, at a public lecture in honor of renowned historian, late Dr. Yusuf Bala Usman of the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Sagiri Awal reports that the lecture was to commemorate 20 years of the death of the university don.
Late Yusuf Bala Usman, an academic by excellence with many books, journals, and articles to his credit, In addition, late Bala Usman was a political colossus with a clear-cut political ideology for the emancipation of the downtrodden. While alive, he schooled a number of academics at his alma mater, the Ahmad Bello University Zaria. The late university don't command respect among political class in the country. His books remain a reference point in the academia.
His view of education is that of a functional investment in human capital development, which is anchored in the vision of building a knowledge-driven economy rather than a resource-driven one.
In addition of his outstanding contributions, friends, students, and political disciples gathered to remember him 20 years after his demise. Speakers are clear on the position of the late Bala Usman on political ideology and good governance.
The message for the participants and other Nigerians is that we should look at Bala Usman as a metaphor. Bala Usman as an idea, a generic idea that should be applied by everywhere, and for the achievement of the same objective for which he lived and fought.
Someone has been remembered not for the money that he has accumulated, not for the power that he has exercised, but for the power of the intellect. And we are very, very proud of Dr. Yusuf Bala Usman, and his legacies are all over the place in that he has developed human capacity.
The memorial lecture instituted by those who believe in his political and academic ideologies served as a platform to reinforce their commitment to the unity of this country and uphold democracy as the best form of government. From Zaria, Sagir Muhammad Awal, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Nwoye.
The morning news. The federal government is strategizing.
Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News 24.
Welcome to the news update at 11 a.m. Daniel.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has reacted to viral.
Thanks for joining us on the news desk at 3.
Good evening. Welcome to News Desk at 6. News 24. We're live in Abuja.
What do Nigerians need to know about standards?
PC Limited begins sale of crude oil in Naira.
Factories producing solar panels in Nigeria.
Or if this crisis had anything to do with...
Of course, 3 weeks after launching a manhunt for him, operatives... Inflation has become so obvious that the first
the implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what we do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around all crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today.
Nigeria at 65, a continental giant takes another step forward, navigating the contradiction fueled by a colorful and resourcefully diverse populace, yet questions linger on the destination of state, propelled by the vagaries of nationhood. What is your contribution to this journey? Join the NTA and an eclectic mix of everything Nigerian, from the academic deans to the street kings, who will lend their voices on the platform that has always been a part of the journey. The NTA on October 1st, 2025.